Real talk, raw truth, raging hearts. Welcome to From the Minds of Raging Brats. Like, share, and subscribe.
Hi, welcome to From the Minds of Raging Brats. I'm Heather.
And I'm Ashley.
Okay, y'all. I'm a little bit of a mess coming to you this morning. We are way behind when we thought we would be posting this episode because of life complications and technical difficulties. And it will be the last podcast episode until September at least. Now that may end up taking a longer break based on my recovery because I'm going into surgery. I have a lot to prep before then, and then I will have 6 weeks of recovery after surgery. So this episode is going to be the last one for a while. I may upload updates, small updates here and there. I do not know. I want to be very transparent with everybody that this podcast has been consistent almost every week or every other week since we started in November of 2024. So, with that said, I have a lot of projects going on. I have a new relationship. Ashley has a job that has kept her on her toes and a lot of moving projects. And our possible third co-host, who has been on here before, Brittany, is also in the process of an interstate move and a new relationship. So please bear with us as we get through these tumultuous times in our lives, and we will be back.
So how's your weekend?
My week's been pretty good. I passed my 90 days, I can't think of the word right now, review. That's it, review.
Yeah.
I passed my 90-day review, which means more money for me and more responsibilities, but, I'm very happy about being able to progress within my chosen field of the moment. How's your week?
My week has been full. Let's see, this last week, I'm in a relationship. I've met his family. He's met you and my people.
Yeah.
He'll meet my mom today. She doesn't know that. I don't think. I did tell her he'd be bringing me, but
yeah.
Sometimes people get the memo and sometimes they just gloss right over it and don't see anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but that's neither here nor there because it's kind of irrelevant how anybody else feels about this situation.
Yeah.
But overall, my week's been really good. We had a barbecue here.
Yeah.
He's had my son here. My son looks up to him. For the first time ever in my life, my kid is offering to help and opening my truck door if my man doesn't get to it first.
Good.
Which is very weird. I was gonna send a message to the other people that I'd been talking to on Tinder before I met him, but they just stopped messaging me a few days ago. And I was like, okay, well, if I hear back from them, I'll be like,
yeah,
sorry. But at this point, if they've decided that we're not a match, that works out for me because I don't do confrontation well, and I can't really say that even with all the fears and anxieties that I'm having that I'm unhappy here. I've never met somebody that ticked off the box. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's still a human. There's still things that make him human, but ticks all the box of what I was looking for in a partner. almost anyways. And then on top of it, like, the fact that you didn't want to stab him tells me a lot, because you don't typically enjoy anybody.
Yeah, especially in my home.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was something I had kind of noted. I was like, I kept drinking when he got here instead of putting my back against a wall and tracking his every movement. So hey, there's something to be
And
for that.
your cat let him pet her belly.
That was just weird.
I know.
Like, you don't understand. The only male she likes is my son, and there's still days where she's like, you are a man, aren't you?
Yeah, it's kind of amazing how well he fits into my life and vice versa.
Yeah. He met Princess yet?
Yeah, Princess fucking just gets right in his lap and fucking lays down like, yep, I'm home. I'm like, this dog don't like nobody. Even Sindara has let him pet her.
That's weird. That little dog's a she-devil.
That little dog hates everybody.
Yes.
Sometimes even me.
No.
She even stopped barking around him. I was just like,
I didn't think that was possible.
Red likes him. Not just likes him, but as soon as he walks through the door, Red goes and gets his toy and comes up like, hi, I know you're going to play with me because you're so cool.
That's great.
And he does.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't get irritated by it, which I'm like, dog, piss off. And he's like, what? He just wants a little love. And I'm like,
yeah, well, wait till you hear her in 3 hours, and he still just wants a little bit of love.
he wants to stay at my house tonight.
Yeah.
And several times this week.
Good.
To give Kyle some space before the barbecue.
That's a good idea. It's good to see you happy.
I don't know how I feel about him staying out there because it's weird. Like, here, it's fresh, clean energy. There's no icky people energy. It's just mine and his energy, so it feels good.
Yeah.
Coming to my house comes with baggage.
It does, but if he is your person, he is going to have to learn how to navigate that eventually.
I know.
Then 6 months from now, and he's like, oh, wait, this is what fucking happens when you're not in my house?
Oh, well, he's seen me in action at my house. He's been there for several hours while I'm because I made him dinner, and like he had CJ and Bear that day.
Yeah.
5 or 6 hours at my house with both of those boys and me screaming at them and the dogs going off and me yelling at them and my normal routine, and my house was a disaster because Bear hadn't been doing what he was supposed to when we got there. Like, he has got to see the whole real picture.
Good.
But it's different when you sleep in an environment that is heavy with other people's negative energy.
That is very true.
And my house definitely has had a lot of other people's negative energy.
Yeah.
Well, and it doesn't feel like that for most people when they come there, because I maintain the energy in that house pretty fucking spectacularly, but that doesn't mean that there aren't still times where that fucking heavy energy just hits. And like, you've been there, you've seen when we just, everybody in the house all of a sudden gets out of whack and angry and nobody knows what.
Yeah. And I add.
So I'm a little trepidatious about that part, but not about him. I'm actually starting to feel a little ridiculous with how much I freak out, because even my AI is like, how many times have we gone over the same thing? It's not BPD.
Yeah.
You're not crazy. you're falling in love. Get over it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but like, and he's like, okay, well, whiplash is fair, but it doesn't change the fact that it's still real and you're allowed to be happy about it. And I'm like, one of these days I'll trust it.
I definitely understand that feeling.
But what's weird is when like we're together. Well, I'm sure you saw it yesterday. I'm calm. I'm way calmer than I am any other time. I'm much quieter.
Yeah.
Except for like when we're talking, but like my energy settles down when he's around. It's not chaotic like it usually is. It's like all of a sudden I'm just like, oh, my guy's home. But it's not. That's another thing that the AI and even my therapist are like, can you stop trying to blame BPD for your anxiousness? Because like fast does not mean it's a red flag.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, but there's like that is a red flag. Well, it can be. And they're like, yeah, okay, remember that. It can be. I'm like, and then there's like this yellow flag, and it's like, okay, so if a person is a human being, they're gonna have some red and yellow flags sometimes because that's just being human. But if it's followed by a green fucking carpet,
yeah.
Why are you freaking out? And I'm like, I don't know, because that's who I am. That's what I do. I freak out. And I freak out over and over until I figure out where I stand. It's like last night, something very telling happened, which is why I'm probably more relaxed today than I've been since this whole thing started. So last night, we came back, we were exhausted. Everybody was fucking exhausted. Everyone wanted to go to bed. Oh, we came to bed, and when we get in bed, we don't go right to sleep.
Yeah.
But he was just too tired.
Yeah.
And so when he was like, sorry, I'm not going to be able to finish this, I need to sleep. My brain doesn't think rationally. My brain went, okay, it's not that he's too tired. It's not. It's that I'm ugly, or he's over me, or I'm not what I was looking for. And I roll over, and how I normally am when I start getting spiraling, and I put my face in the pillow so he can't see me cry because I was getting ready to start crying. And he just pulls me into him, and then he was like, hey, roll over here. Your head belongs right here. What are you doing? And I was like, in my own brain, all of this is happening in my brain, but I'm like, okay, Miss Ridiculous. He doesn't want you, but he wants you on his chest, even though right now he's exhausted. Okay, stupid. Stop freaking out just because people have human limitations and exhaustion.
Good. At least you were able to talk yourself through that.
Yeah. It was mostly because he pulled me into him and was like, without knowing that I was fucking spiraling. It was like, okay, in that last night I slept better than I probably have slept in 15 years, because after that whole thing happened, my whole mind just stopped. It was like, you wanted concrete proof. You hadn't even said a fucking word to him that you were hurting, and he's already resolved the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, go the fuck to sleep.
That's probably exactly what you needed. It was a very long day yesterday.
It was a great day, but yes, it was long. I definitely needed longer in the woods, though.
Yeah. I agree.
I definitely was definitely should have gone camping, not just for a day trip, but It's fine. I know the background is different now because on the episode too, because I am not at home.
Yeah.
But I don't mind it. I've been getting some flack about leaving my 17-and-a-half-year-old at home for days so I can be with my guy. And at this point, I'm just like, I don't even care. If you want to judge me, because guess what? I have been at that kid's beck and call for 17-and-a-half-years, and I have raised 4 kids. I still help take care of my grandbabies, and if I can't have 3 to 4 days a week to be away from him, and be with my guy and starting to build the life that's coming after him anyways, then what the fuck am I even doing?
Kid is not truly alone. Okay, that's the thing that I think so many people do not understand about the way your household is set up. Like, yes, he could be in your house without any adult supervision, but less than 30 feet away, his dad is still there. He can still pop in. He still does come over, check on the dogs, check on his kid. His kid's still over there all the time, bothering the fuck out of him. He is not truly alone. It's not like we're up in the middle of the desert and you're like, see you in a week, and you take off 600 fucking miles with nobody around.
Even if I was, that's what I don't understand. Like my older kids, sometimes they stayed home at that age for up to a month taking care of things because vacation and travel and...
Yes, but they have literally trained our children not to be able to do that.
They need to stop, because what do they want these fucking people to be as adults? Non-self-sufficient?
House, working shitty jobs, not caring and compliant because they've been taught that's what their life should be. It's other people taking care of them. So they are more dependent for longer. So then when their parents finally get fucking sick of it, then they become dependent on the government, and they'll do anything to get that check, to get that food, to do what they're told. That is why they do that.
Well, I'm raising my children to be self-sufficient humans that can raise another generation of self-sufficient humans.
Yeah.
And the fact that he has told me in his anger multiple times, when I'm 18, I'm blowing this popsicle stand, and none of you'll see me. I want to make sure that that isn't a death sentence for him.
Yeah. That is very true.
And if people think leaving your kid home alone at 17-and-a-half with every resource and their dad on the other side of the fucking apartment complex, then the issue lies not with me. You have some fucked up way of thinking.
Yeah.
So I don't take the judgment, but it definitely hurts when my kid says some shit to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
It's like today he doesn't want to go home, and I'm like, you're going home.
Well, he's reaching the age natural consequences are way more of a thing, because up until his full life, like, your kid has fucked around, like, and he hasn't really got...
And not found out.
Yeah, exactly. And when you're an adult, like, you know how I am with cutting people off. If anybody is like, I'm gonna leave, I'm never gonna fucking come back, the second they're out that door, I'm like, and now you're never coming back. And as an adult, those are real consequences. You have to handle your shit.
Yeah. Well, and it's giving him a taste of what it's like to have to take care of himself and his house and still show up on time.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No.
Him and his dad and everybody thinks this is an easy peasy road because I've made it easy for them. And I don't regret it at all, because I like taking care of people I care about and helping them to an extent.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be somebody's personal fucking assistant the rest of my life.
Mm.
Like,
Mm.
I like this partnership and how it's going. Like, I like the fact that this man does all the little things for me. I mean, you saw how tickled I got yesterday when he was cooking. And when we came home last night, I was like, babe, did anybody ask you to cook those hot dogs? And he was like, no. And I'm like, then why did you do that? And he's like, because that's what a man does. He's like, I grill, I take care of and protect the people I'm with. We're in the woods.
Yeah.
If I couldn't have done it, then the next available man would have been doing it. But I was the man
Yeah.
that was there and present. And I'm just like, in my head, I wanted to cry happy tears. Like, I didn't want to cry because he would have gotten upset thinking I was upset. But at the same time, I was just like, yes. Yes. That is absolutely what it should be.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were prepping stuff and getting stuff out. And normally when we have actual picnics, you and I do a lot more. But I'm like, but it's always us. And he's like, no, the boys are there. He's like, Bear should have stepped up if I wasn't there. And I was like, Ashley or I would have been doing everything from that point.
Yeah.
Like that's how that works. There's a reason that we do a lot of this stuff together because it's gonna be us.
Yeah.
And just us.
Yeah.
No matter who's with us.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh hell no.
Well, just like when you asked, you're like, did you ask him to cook the hot dogs? I was like, no, and I don't feel like snatching them out of his hand for touching my fucking food, so I'm gonna let him do it. Because
Yeah, but the
us.
yeah, but the fact that he thought, hey, they brought me to do this thing, they got the food, they got the briquettes, the kids got the briquettes going because they wanted to play in the fire, but now they're ready, let me get some food going.
Yeah.
And not just because I'm hungry either. Like, that was the big one. What do you mean you didn't do it just because you were hungry and...
Yeah.
And then he even fucking popped the lid off the cooler to make a plate for him to sit on. I was just like... Yep. Everything I asked for. Everything I've asked for. Jesus. Everything I've asked for. Okay, universe, I'm going to stop fighting with you. I'm just going to try to relax and enjoy. Bear with me if I don't know how to do that.
You'll get used to it.
I am very happy lately. I think it's kind of weird that now my kid is just like, every person you've ever dated was a fucking creep. This guy is not a creep. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what do you mean every guy I've ever dated was a creep? You've never said that before.
He's like, I wasn't nice either, was I?
Although he did like one of my boyfriends, although I found out he still thought he was a creep, but he liked him because he DoorDashed food every day and he would offer my kid food every time he would DoorDash.
Yeah, bribing does tend to work with Bear to a point. To
the point where he was like, I don't care if your life was in danger, get back together with him.
Yeah. Sounds like Bear.
I'm like, how about you go find somebody that wants to kill you and feed you DoorDash?
Yeah.
It's like, because that's not really my style.
They're like,
I know.
no, food doesn't quite make up for that.
I'm like, I know I'm a kinky bitch with a lot of weird off the wall fantasies, and kidnapping kind of falls into a lot of them, but no.
Yeah. Trust me, definitely understand that one.
I'm just like, there's a lot of things that I really like in fantasy, but once you try to enact them in real life, my trauma responses go, fuck you.
And that's normal. And I've discussed with a few therapists. They're like, it's one thing to fantasize about violent things, these things, blah, blah, blah. They're like, but what you do. I was like, everybody signs forms. Everything's fine. It's okay. And they're like, at least you vet people. I was like, oh, for that thing for a long time. And then there's certain things. I was like, I don't want to die. I just want to feel like I might die. Nothing wrong with that.
Some of that's the trauma. I'm just going to be real with you. Some of that's just the trauma.
Oh, no, I'm completely aware that half my kinks are because of trauma. I'm just at least self-aware enough now not to just let anybody do anything, and there has to be many very long discussions.
I just say that because in healing trauma, so many new kinks have been unlocked.
Oh yeah.
And so many more violent kinks that I used to have are like, thanks, but no.
Yeah. I will definitely say the more healed I've become, the more I've realized what I'm into. Like, there's stuff I'm into now that even 10 years ago, if you would have told me that's what I would be doing, I'd be like, I don't know how fucking crazy you think I am, or how sick in the head you think I am. But no, but now I'm just like, Tuesday.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. I honestly, I think that the more healing and the more like kink unlocks, I get offended when people are like, I can't imagine. I'm just like, that might not be my thing, but
Right? Good for
I can definitely imagine.
the people that enjoy it. Shit, let them have their thing.
Yeah. It's like I get a lot of guys that hit me up because of things I very much used to be into.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, I'm sorry. And they're like, what do you mean? I know you. And I'm like, you knew me.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely knew me. And also, you don't know me.
Yeah.
And both things can be true and still be just fine that we are not compatible now.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I'll find a lot of people, like, they're like, our things are similar. Do you think we are? I'm like, no. I don't want similar. I know what I like, and it's very particular. And there's nothing wrong with what you like, but no, we can't. I want this. And they get very upset. I'm like, go find somebody that is able to compromise on what they want and what they need. There are certain things I cannot. And I'm not going to try to at this point in time.
Well, that's like at one point he told me, I really truly am not jealous. And I mean that wholeheartedly. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, so like, you want to be intimate with somebody else, that's not going to upset me. And I'm like, okay, first, let's slow down on that, because even if that comes into the relationship at some point, that won't be until further down the road, first of all, with discussions. And also, let me let you in on a little thing. If I do get to the point where that is a thing that I want from somebody else, I'm like, there are a couple caveats that come with that. I'm like, first of all, they can't finish inside me because that's not okay with me. When I'm in a relationship, that's a thing between us. I'm like, second of all, I am a kinky bitch. So if I'm doing that with somebody else, you're going to be present. And he was like, what?
Mm.
I was like, not only are you going to be present, but you're going to be recording. And he was like, oh. I'm like, yeah. And then when they leave, I'm going to still need to have you because you're my person and I won't feel right otherwise. And he was just like, I'm like, yeah, I'm not like anybody you've met before. And when I say I'm loyal to my person, I motherfucking mean I'm loyal.
Yeah.
Like, my body only craves you. And he's like, what?
Mm.
That's the way it works. When I get attached to somebody.
Yeah.
Even if we weren't compatible physically, which we are, but even if we weren't, my body would compensate. It would figure out a way to make it work because that's how
Yeah.
it doesn't work for me if there's not the connection.
Yeah, it's definitely one of your love languages.
Yeah. So I was just like, man, great. Thanks for giving me green flag energy even more. And also, you're about to find out you are riding a different ride. And when you're talking about a ride or die chick, that's what I am.
Yeah.
But you have to fucking earn that. Like, if you're a fuck boy that isn't worth I'm going to treat you exactly what you're worth. And that's the thing that people don't like, because I'm loyal until I see you don't deserve it. And then I'm going to make you feel exactly how you made me feel. And boy, I have an interesting way of making that happen every time, that it's never the same. And people are just like, that hurt my soul. And I was like, well, you did it first.
Mm-hmm. That is definitely one of my things. Like, I tell people, I'm like, don't fuck with my feelings, because the things I am willing to do and the person I can momentarily become is something I actively try to avoid within myself. But if you bring it out of me, I do not feel bad for any pain I caused you. I feel bad for anybody that is like in the crosshairs that get friendly fire because, well, they were too fucking close and something, it had to involve them to make it hurt a little more. And I don't like being that person, so I do try to warn people. I'm like, hey, I'm a really cool fucking person. If you just talk to me and you're honest with me, the shit I can allow and maybe even participate in, it'll
Will shock you.
Person. But don't ever fucking lie to me.
Yeah. And if I love you, dude, there is nothing that you can come to me to say that you need.
Yeah.
That's going to keep you a whole person, that's going to make me turn away from you.
Exactly.
Except for if you come to me after the fact. I am the person that you always ask permission. You don't ask forgiveness, because once you ask forgiveness, you're burnt.
Yeah. I do definitely understand that one.
It's like, go ask God, because I ain't got forgiveness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to tell my mom all the time when I was younger, I was like, I'm not the church. You don't get to say sorry to me and a few Hail Marys and that erases your record. Like, I'm always going to remember that. Even if it doesn't hurt me at one point in the future to remember, I will still remember it.
Yeah. I don't hold a grudge per se, but I also pay attention to patterns.
Yeah.
And once it's a pattern with you, you can tell me you changed. You can have a fucking parade, rent the fucking hour-long TV special to convince me that you're a different person. It won't matter. You'll never be a different person once I recognize the pattern.
Yeah. See, for me, like, if you fuck around and you find out with me, 9 times out of 10, I'm just gonna cut you off. In my head, that's not holding a grudge. That's just getting rid of you and you going to get to live your life. But where I do hold a grudge is with anybody like else. If anybody fucks with you, I have a grudge and it's never going away. Anybody that has ever harmed my mother, I fucking hate. Anybody that's ever hurt my kid, I fucking hate, and I'm never letting it go. I'll go to hell with that shit. I don't care. I'm allowed to be mad on their behalf because every single one of you aren't angry enough on your own behalves, as far as I'm concerned.
And I love you for that. I do. You, speaking of that, have never seen me in a healthy relationship. You've barely seen me in a relationship, actually, but you've never seen me in a healthy relationship. How does that look like from the outside looking in?
You look very happy. You look very relaxed. Like, this is the most cohesive I've ever seen Bear and another guy around you, because it doesn't usually matter whether you're interested in them or not. Bear doesn't really like men around you. So it is a bit nice to actually see him relax and be willing to listen to what your dude says and like learn from him. Like, it's a very different, but it is a positive difference, and I did enjoy seeing it.
I think it weirds everybody out seeing how much PDA I actually enjoy. But my kid hasn't said anything about it, just his friend. But yeah, it's definitely different for me because I'm very standoffish. I'm very non-expressive of PDA. Like, you can hold my hand or touch my thigh or whatever, but like, don't kiss me around my family. Don't put your hands all over me. And with him, there's times where I'm like, your hands aren't on me enough. What are you doing? Get over here.
Because he is doing it out of genuine affection instead of doing it to be like, see, mine. And a lot of your people were very possessive towards people they should have never been possessive towards. That is.
Yeah, no, he does that. We are just drawn to each other. We like to kiss. It's just a thing. And it's around everybody. It doesn't fucking matter who it is. And actually, I would say that he was even respectful of James's feeling by not doing it in front of him.
That is very thoughtful.
Which was not required or necessary, but he just... Huh?
That's why I said thoughtful, like, because he could have done that and it would have been perfectly okay, but for him to be like, let me show that respect and not make either one of their lives more aggravating or complicated at the moment, that shows a lot of forethought.
Yeah. I think I am ready to be in the next stage of my life. I think that is what I'm gathering from all of what's happening right now, is that I was more ready than I thought I was to move on with life. I am done being the mom, the caregiver, and I'm ready to truly step into a partnership.
Yeah.
Somebody that sees me before the chaos and through the chaos.
I get that.
But it's also going, because of my trauma, it's going to take me time before my brain will fully accept that it's real. And I know that it sucks, but that 6-month date that I told him I won't take a house key from him until then is really this firm boundary for me on when I fully accept that I'm willing to move forward with this. Like, until then, I'm still very trepidatious and I'm very scared.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with having a time boundary to make sure that feelings are real and that it's not just two people getting swept up in the whirlwind of everything. Like, 6 months is enough to have some arguments and see where you guys stand and see if you're still good.
Yeah. And it's weird because my heart is just like, why are you dragging your fucking ass on this? And I'm like, I don't know, but stop trying to make me go faster because I'm scared.
Just let my brain take over this one time.
Yeah, and my emotions are like, we have never, ever let our brain dictate what we know. Even the AI is like, what's your intuition doing? And I'm like, my intuition is sitting back laughing at me going, this is the dumbest you've ever been. And he's like, even your intuition is laughing at you and you haven't figured it out yet? I'm like, okay, listen. Nobody said because I'm logical that I had to be rational.
Okay.
All right. Well, as you can see, our life has been a bit of a chaos, a bit of upheaval. Last week we had severe technical difficulties where our tech just cut Ashley completely out after she said, "Hi, I'm Ash."
But I wasn't be part of that episode.
And so, because of schedules and chaos, we have not been able to get back into the studio and get it fixed until today. And I know it's going to be late. It'll probably be up about 5:30 today instead of 3:30 since we're wrapping right at 3:30. But we love you guys. We will be back soon. There's going to be some changes happening probably in the near future too, as we may have an alternate co-host, or we may have the three of us in some future episodes. But all three of us have some major changes happening in our lives right now. And so hold tight. Future updates will come, and schedules will be to be determined, but we're going to try to stay on the 2-week schedule right now. If we can improve that, we will. If we need to take another break for the summer, we might do that because there is so much changes happening for all of us, and I'm going to be going into surgery in a few weeks, and if we don't get extra episodes recorded, that's going to leave a blank spot for you guys too. So please bear with us right now. There's a lot happening. We are still here. We aren't going anywhere. Just bear with us as some major life changes are happening for the good. Just like in a year and a half, we will probably take 6 months off when we move. Just because there's a lot of moving parts for setting up a homestead. We may upload videos of our progress along the way instead of a podcast to give you guys updates. We don't know. That will be determined at the time. There's, like I said, there's so many moving parts right now. But we love you, and remember, rage responsibly.
Bye, y'all.
We're also available on Spotify. We said what we said, and we're just getting started. Thanks for listening. Now go rage responsibly. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you soon.